Well, hello, and thank you for taking the time to watch this intro video for Math 1060. My name is Jonathan Laws. I'll be your instructor for this course. And if you're watching this video, you're probably either following the instructions that I sent you via email, or you've logged into your Canvas account and are looking at this through the Canvas course website. Hopefully you've got these documents open on your screen so you can maybe take a look at them. You don't need to print any of these. You can just kind of watch along. But you should have the calendar and then the homework, the syllabus, and a signature page. And then I've got one more, and this just is advice from former students. So let's just get acquainted just real quickly with the calendar. You're going to get a hard copy of this on the first day of class. And really, if you use this to refer to, along with the calendar that's on Canvas, this really will keep you on track for what's going to happen during the course. So here's my email address, and I'd encourage you to, if you have any questions, contact me via email. That's the easiest way. I normally put a telephone number on here. Since we're moving buildings and don't have phones yet and all that sort of stuff, I'll make announcements as to what my contact information is, where my office is located, and all that sort of stuff as we get closer and as school starts. So the way this course is going to run, you're going to watch lecture videos outside of class and then come to class and do your homework and ask questions and that sort of thing. This has been very effective when I've done this in the past. Student scores have gone up, and I've had really good results. So I'd like to see if we can keep that going. I've made a few changes for this particular semester, and I think that will make it better and help everybody stay on track. But let's just take a quick look at the calendar, just kind of an overview. Normally we start with the college, but because of the move, school starts on Monday the 25th, Monday, August 25th. And then we normally have finals during finals week that the college does, but we're actually going to have it the following week. It's going to be on Monday, the 15th of December, and this time is approximate here, so keep that in mind. But working backward here, we've got a 3-day break for Thanksgiving. We've got a fall break, 2 days in October. We've got a Friday off for parent-teacher conferences. And then a week from the day school starts, we've actually got that Monday off for Labor Day, so that's kind of nice. So let's talk about this calendar as far as how you're going to need to follow along. You'll notice that on the first day of class, on Monday the 25th of August, it says watch lecture video for 1.1 before class. So if you've done that, I'll be sending a follow-up email with more instructions on how to do that, or you can access those in Canvas. Relatively short videos, fairly easy topic for 1.1. If you've watched that video before you come to class on that day, we're going to take care of a couple quick housekeeping items, and then I'll just take questions and you can work on the assignment for 1.1. That assignment from 1.1 is due on Wednesday the 27th. And then when you come to class on Wednesday, you will need to have watched the assignment or the lecture video for 1.2 before you come there. So while we're on that, let me pull up the Canvas website. This is roughly what your Canvas website, this is my kind of master copy of the course. And you might even be looking at this one right here, this intro one. So I'm going to look at the calendar over here, and when that pulls up, we're going to see something that looks fairly like a lot like the one that we're just looking at. Here's lecture 1.1 that needs to be watched before we come to class. The homework is due that day, and then we'll have a quiz on 1.2. So if we've got a quiz on 1.2, you're going to need to have watched 1.2 before you come to class. And you'll notice that even on the first day of class, it says a quiz on 1.1. So we will have a very short, very easy quiz just to make sure that you were paying attention. So if this is the first day of class, you're probably watching this video somewhere around here, kind of getting started and figuring things out. So these are some important documents and different things like that you'll need to go over that we're going to talk about, and you'll need to watch those, the lecture for 1.1. And then you'll notice that as we go down here, and let me skip to the next month. You'll see it will auto-populate everything that's due, when it's due, and all that sort of stuff. So if you really consult those calendars and stay on top of things, I think you should be in good shape. Let's go back here. And again, the focus here would be 1.1. Make sure you've watched all the intro videos, watched 1.1, and be ready to go on that first day of class. If we look at the homework, here's the homework for section 1.1, for 1.2. It's got all the homework all the way down, all the way until we have the final exam. We do have reviews for each exam. I will actually send you a copy of these problems right here. So even though you don't have your book, you might be wondering, if we don't have school, how can we get started on the assignment? Well, I will send you those problems right there so you can get going on those for the first day. And then I'll give you a copy of these. I'll actually put a copy of the homework assignments and the calendar back to back on a piece of cardstock and give that to you. You can put that in a 3-ring binder. So let's look at the syllabus really quickly. I would go through and read this, and I would show this to your parents. They're going to need to sign off that they've read this. We're going to hit the highlights, but I would go through and I would make sure you read all of this. Again, my contact information, I'll get you my office number and my phone number as soon as I can. The office hours for this class, when you can come and get help, they're either in class because you're watching the lecture videos outside of class, or you can make an appointment to come and see me. The main web page is going to be the Canvas website, so that's slcc.instructure.com, and you can log into that using your username and password from your My Page account. This is the text we're using. You'll get a copy of that the first day of class. You do have to finish 1050 with a grade of C or better. That's the prerequisite for this course. So if that's not the case, please let me know as soon as possible. Please be to class every day. We do important things. We have important discussions. We cover some of the more difficult, maybe homework problems. We also have a quiz every day. So if by chance you're not going to be there, please let me know ahead of time, but definitely on the day of a test. If you miss the day of a test and don't let me know ahead of time, that's not good. So please look at the calendar, make sure you're there on the day of the test. If you're not there and you don't let me know ahead of time, you won't be able to make it up. Now, if some dire circumstance occurs, if your grandma's in the hospital or something horrible happens, just have your parent call the office. Have a return number where I can give them a call back and let me know what the deal is, and then we'll go from there. So please make sure you're communicating. The calculator policy for this class, you do need a graphing calculator. You can use those on some parts of exams, and some parts you won't be able to use a calculator, but they are very helpful in trying to figure things out. The homework, again, like I said, it's due the day after it's officially assigned. So the homework for 1.1 is officially assigned right here. You'll be working on that in class. It's due the next time. When you come on Wednesday, you will have watched the video for 1.2 before class. You'll work on it and ask questions in class, and then it will be due the following day. And as long as you're staying on track and keeping up, you should be in really good shape. There are no notes or anything like that allowed for tests, so you need to have everything memorized and be ready to go. You do need to be aware, just like any other concurrent enrollment math class, you do have to pass the final exam with at least 60%. If you get less than 60%, 59% or lower, the highest grade I can give you is a D. So even if you walked into the final with an A and you just bombed it, that's the highest grade I can give you would be a D. So please be aware of that. And I will give you some review packets to study for the final, and usually that goes very well. Please don't cheat. The consequences are pretty horrible. Here's the grading. And again, you don't need to print this document or any of these documents except for the one I'm going to show you next. Just be aware of these and where you can access those. So there's, again, the grading scale. This does count as a Gen Ed class, so it is required that you add to your e-portfolio. We'll talk more about that. Hopefully you've already got one of those made. We'll talk about what the signature assignments are for this class and what you'd be able to upload there, but I will give you a grade on that. There's tons of places for extra help. YouTube, the Khan Academy, the Tutoring Center, lots of different places. So please make sure you're looking there, and really you're going to get a ton of help in class and tons of time to work on your assignments. So please make sure that you're staying on top of that. And just realize we've got a typo. It isn't fall, but you should be aware of the current course catalog for SLIC and all that sort of stuff. So please look that up on the web. Again, things you can't forget from my class. Please don't be absent. Please be there, participate in class, and take advantage of what goes on there. Get the assignments done before the next lecture so you're ready to go. Have your own graphing calculator. When you do an exam problem, please make sure that you show clear work. If I can't follow your work, you're not going to get as many points as you would otherwise. Please don't slough. There aren't any makeup exams, but I will replace your lowest test score with your final exam score. So let's say you bombed a test and got a 52% or something like that, but then on the final you got an 88. I will go back and replace one of your test scores with your final exam score if it helps you. If it doesn't help, then clearly I wouldn't replace that, but that only happens for one of them. And then again, a general rule of thumb for college classes is for every hour you spend in class, you spend 2 hours outside of class. This is a 3-credit-hour class, so you can plan on spending about 6 hours outside of class. Now, a lot of times the videos are going to be 40 minutes or so. You can plan on that much time, and then I'm hoping that for most of you, if you're really buckling down, you can probably get most of your homework done in class. So you're going to spend, an hour to 2 hours outside of class per hour in class. So that's about 6 hours. Again, plan on that. Again, lots of places for extra help. We will correct assignments in class. I'll call for scores sometimes. I'll have you hand them in sometimes. If there's a discrepancy, if you've called a score that isn't accurate, you're going to need to be ready to produce all your past assignments. So please make sure you keep your assignments, keep them neat and organized. They're good to study from. And then just a reminder that you've got to earn a C or better in Math 1060 in order to qualify for 1210 Calc 1. So if you get a C minus, that doesn't count. You've got to get a C or better. All right. So again, the only page that you've got to print and bring the first day of class of these documents that we're talking about is just the signature page. It's just kind of an acknowledgement of reading these disclosures. It's a reminder of the partial tuition that's going to be due, $15 for this particular course. If you would print your name, sign your name and date it, and then have a parent sign and date it also, that would be great. And then, again, you don't need to print this page either, but these are just some bits of advice from students who have taken my class and what they would wish they would have done differently, or the advice that they give. So do the assignments on time, don't fall behind. You'll notice a lot of these have to do with not procrastinating. You want to practice, take the notes that you're asked to take, memorize the unit circle and the formulas. That's a huge one. We'll talk more about that in Chapter 1. But again, you'll notice each one of these. I would read these. These are students who are in your position the last couple of years, and this is the advice that they would give to you so that you can be successful in this class. I appreciate you watching this video. You can move on to the next one, which would be watching the videos for 1.1. Again, if you've got any questions, please shoot me an email. But other than that, I look forward to seeing you on the first day of class. Again, short little easy quiz on 1.1, so please make sure you've watched that ahead of time. Thank you very much.